of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Hey everybody, this is Scotty J.
What's up guys, this is DJ Zach.
Hey guys, you're out with Ambler.
Rock Titan Live on W4CY Radio. Tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
D, and you're listening to Rock Titan Live.
W4CY Radio.
You are listening to Rock Titan Live.
Tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern to Rock Titan Live.
Tune in every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
This is Scotty J.
DJ Zachy D.
Out with
Rock
Ambler.
Titan Live on W4CY Radio. Hey everybody! Happy New Year! And welcome to Rock Titan Live on W4CY Radio. I'm your host, Scotty J, and we are very excited for this new year that's 2020, and I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas, Hanukkah, Festivus, New Year's. I hope everything was very cool and that everyone has remained safe and healthy, and everyone's looking at a prosperous new year. And I know we are here at Rock Titan Live, and I couldn't be more thrilled. We got a little bit new setup for those of you that aren't watching, but you should be watching. So I do thank you all for tuning in to W4CY Radio, of course. If you would like to watch and see the guests that we have on the show and check out my ugly mug, my beard balded god persona that I have, just go to W4CY.com and click on the Talk for TV tab, and you'll be able to watch everything live as it goes down. But first, before we kick things off and, get started here with some amazing guests that we have queued up, I want to give a special shout out to our lady behind the boards down in Florida, Dee. Dee, what's going on? Are you there, my lady?
I am here. How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you. Oh my God, do you have any crazy 2020 New Year's resolutions? Do you do that crap? Do you buy into that?
No, I have learned not to do resolutions just because I feel like me per se, it definitely puts way too much pressure on me. I honestly am just going to work on, taking care of me for once. I'm usually just worrying about everybody else and anything like that. And I've come to realize, I have to get me straightened out before I can move forward and do the things that I need to do to be the ultimate successful person that I want to be for me, to be quite honest with you. And it is a work, I'm working on it every single day, and I feel like, doing a pretty good job. I get that it's only 7 days into the new year, but, I feel like I'm doing good.
Very cool, very cool. Well, as for myself, I'm wearing black right now because, when I wear black, it kind of masks, my body type and whatnot, because, I didn't do any of those cheesy things, and I know you can see me right now, but I didn't do any of those cheesy things like, I'm going to work out, or, I'm going to quit drinking, or I'm going to quit this, I'm going to quit that, I'm going to start this, I'm going to start that. My whole thing is for 2020, and this is long, long, long overdue, I just want to get healthy. I just want to get healthy. So for all the various things, that one must do to be fit, that is my plan. And one of the guys actually that inspired me, was Chris Pratt. Do you know who Chris Pratt is, G?
Yes, of course I know who Chris Pratt is.
Yeah, a hunk of burning love, yeah,
You know me, he's nerdy looking, and he's on the bigger side, so D is all over that, like water.
Well, the funny thing is, he's on that show at Parks and Recreation, and he was a rather large dude, he's like my height and husky like me, and I guess he kind of struggled with weight, like, for a good part of his life, but he really wanted to be, in the Marvel movies. He wanted to be in the Avengers, he wanted to be in Guardians of the Galaxy and all that. So he trained, he hit it really, really hard, and he lost like 60 pounds. So I figure...
He still looks good, though. Like, he doesn't look like he's over muscular. He doesn't look like he's too skinny. You get what I'm saying? He looks healthy.
Well, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. But my point was, because I kind of look like Chris Pratt, in some ways. I can't even say it with a straight face.
You look like Chris Pratt, then go on with your bad self.
Yeah, I can't even say it with a straight face. But I figure, I'm a similar body type to what he was in Parks and Recreation. So if I just adhere to his diet and his workout regimen, maybe I'll be able to be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, or the next phase of, the Avengers when it comes out. So that's my goal.
That's Doppelganger in the new Guardians of the Galaxy. Is he going to get a doppelganger in there?
That's it. That's my goal. That is my goal for 2020. Yeah, we'll see. But we've got some awesome guests today, Dee. I don't know if you're familiar with any of these musicians that we're going to be having on, but very shortly here, and for those of you that are watching me on my phone, I'm trying to work with his publicist. As publicist here, multitasking. I've got all these monitors and stuff in my studio. I've changed the studio all around. So
I like it a lot better. You definitely.
Thank you.
Like you are more comfortable.
It's more functional. It's definitely more functional. But we've got Matt Brandybury from Ashes to New that's going to be joining us here very shortly, and we're going to be playing a song of his, a music video that just came out not too long ago. It features Eva Under Fire. And they're going to be doing a show with them, actually out in my neck of the woods not too long. And then they're going to be going on tour. They're joining the Victorious tour with Skillet. So that's pretty cool. And I think we'll talk about that a little bit. And then right after that, toward the end of our show, we are going to be calling up Corey Marks. This guy, he's awesome. An amazing musician. More on the countryside versus rock. However, he did just come out with a new rock song. And it's pretty killer, and it features Ivan Moody from Five Finger Death Punch. Absolutely love those guys. And then the country legend Travis Tritt, unbelievable. And then Mick Mars from Motley Crue. And of course, we all know Motley Crue is going to be hitting the tour trail here in the not too distant future with Def Leppard and company. So I can't wait to talk to him. Very interesting individual. He's got a wild background. I mean, just very, very varied, but you guys all got to stick around, to listen to that conversation. But,
I have one of his songs.
Do you really?
I have. I had to YouTube to see what he looked like because I'm not very good with names. But yeah, his song "Better Off" I've listened to a couple of times, and it's good.
All right, awesome. Well, first things first. So everybody, all right. We are going to be calling up Matt from Ashes to New here. I just got confirmation that he's ready for us to bring him into the show. And what I want to show everybody right now, Dee, is a new music video that they just came out, very, very, very recently with Eva, and Eva Under Fire, Every Second. So everybody, we're going to be playing Every Second here, and I'm going to be calling up Matt. And when we come back, we're going to talk about 2020 and everything new we have going on. So, Dee, you got that ready? Every Second?
Yeah, baby, I got it all ready. You tell me when to go, and we go.
All right. So when I say enjoy, all right. We're going to rip off Jimmy Starr and Ron Russell a little bit there. We're just going to rip off his cue. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me.
All right, everybody. This is Every Second from Ashes to New, featuring Eva Under Fire. Enjoy.
I'm broken, I'm hoping for a reason to keep on going. Doors open and closing, everything seems like slow motion. I've chosen this moment to stop my self-erosion. I'm focused on owning myself, my own opponent. But in this moment that is falling apart, I keep thinking, is the
closer to my grave. I try my best to just survive. Feels like I'm broken every day. I'm hoping that I make it. I'm open but I'm vacant. I'm closed inside this basement. Time to try to fight to shake it. I'm shaking it, I'm waiting, still debating on which way to go. I'm swaying and I'm fading, no escaping, still afraid to know. Inside my thoughts I'm racing, so I'm bracing for the weight of stone. The world is on my shoulders that I may just have to change alone. I'm dying every second I'm alive, every second I'm alive. I'm trying to feed the fire that's inside me, the fire that's inside. I'm dying every second I'm alive. This life's reflection in my mind reminds me the scars make me stronger.
All right, everybody, I am back. Of course, I am back, Scotty J, with Matt from Ashes to New. Matt, how you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. I am pleased with your from there. You did well. You spaced out, you got-
I stuttered. I like stumbled. It was like from. You know, that is challenging. You know, it's a little challenging to say that. From Ashes to New.
Yeah, I always say with, by, or, it's just easier.
Yeah, man. But, it's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure speaking with a musician, almost practically in my own backyard, in my neck of the woods, because literally out where we are, it is the woods. You got your fluorescent orange right there, man.
I love it here. Yeah, man, I'm like trying to blend into my basement right now. Just,
Were you just out hunting?
No, I was hunting. I was out hunting my Duncan, man. That's
man,
one of those chainless plugs.
Right. Well, do they sponsor you? Does Dunkin' Donuts the official coffee of From Ashes to New?
No, it would be dangerous if they sponsored us. I drink whatever's close. Dunkin's what's close to me. When I'm in LA, it's all Starbucks. When I'm in New York, it's all Starbucks. So
now, see,
Starbucks eats a hole in my stomach.
Well, yeah, dude, that's some strong stuff. But being that you're a Pennsylvania guy, Matt, why not Wawa coffee? What's up with Wawa coffee? I love Wawa coffee.
Wawa's not close to me. I do have a Sheetz right down the road, but
all right.
That's gas station coffee, my man. Like that's like hot water poured through an old boot. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same thing.
Right on. Oh man. Well, happy New Year, man. Happy 2020.
2020. We made it.
Yes, indeed, man. But
we are.
Yeah, you had a good Christmas. You had a good New Year's.
Yeah, man. We left Los Angeles on the 22nd and got here and been able to spend time with the family and just be home and do the things. So it's been good. It's been relaxing.
Right on.
As much as it can be relaxing,
Yeah, no, I feel you. So, so it's been a while, the last album, and I've been listening to all your music because I always listen to the music of the band I'm about to talk to, to get in the mood, to get the creative juices flowing and whatnot, so I was listening to The Future, and that, of course, came out in mid-2018, and I know very recently, just in the last month, and we played the official music video, Every Second, that also features, from the same label you're on, Eva Under Fire. So are we looking at some new music from Ashes to New, from Ashes to New here in the not too distant future?
Yeah, we are currently working on our third record, our third full length, and it's going to come out in 2020. Don't know when, but it will come out in 2020.
Right on, man. Very cool. And Danny Case is still your guy,
Danny Case crushed this record.
Yeah.
Just, like that Every Second song, good song and all, you know what I mean? But it's not a indicator and it's not indicative of what he's going to do. This record is like Danny Case's moment. And I'm so, I called him the other night, man. I got kind of emotional and I just picked up the phone and I'm like, dude, you did it, man. Congratulations. This is like your moment. And I couldn't be more proud of you because the dude's gone through so much adversity. The dude's gone through people like, he's no Chris. The dude's gone through just growing up and people not treating him right because of the color of his hair. He's gone through a lot of stuff. So just be able to pick up the phone and be like, dude, this is all you, my man. You did it. You did. I mean, people have got no reason to say anything but wonderful things about you after they hear this record.
Right on, man. That's good to hear. That's good. Well, you just heard it from Matt's mouth, everybody. You know, Danny crushes it on the new album, From Ashes to New. And, you know, of course, the song Every Second, which we all loved. It's not easy being a ginger, Matt. I got to tell you. I mean, I got my cap on right now, but, you know, naturally, you know, I still have my beard. So, you know, I'm a ginger like Danny, you know. We get a bad rap, you know. I mean, even when it comes to football, you know, no matter how big a football star you are, you still don't get the treatment as like, you know, the Tom Brady's of the world, you know. I mean, Carson Wentz gets so ruthlessly slammed this past weekend, you know, in the playoffs against the Seattle Seahawks, had 30 hit on him, and they don't even throw a flag.
Man, I couldn't believe that. We would have beat the Seahawks if Carson was in there, guaranteed. I mean, McCown gave them a run for their money with a bunch of practice squad bench dudes. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that hit was just. I hope Clowney gets fined. I mean, if we're gonna switch gears to football, I mean I'm a diehard Eagles fan, and that ruined my season. Yeah. So, you know, I didn't expect the Eagles to even get to the playoffs. I really thought Dallas was going to win the division. You know, it looked like we were trending in different directions, but Dallas was more of a dumpster fire than we were, so we were able to get in there. You know?
We are so like-minded individuals. I tell you what, man, if I actually had any music chops whatsoever, you know, we might actually be related, Matt. I'll tell you. Yeah.
Man, I didn't know that I had music chops until I actually tried it.
Oh, man.
Okay, get into this thing.
All right.
Played till my fingers bled type thing, and kept going.
Maybe I'll have to give it a whirl. But yeah, gingers, they get no love, man. They get no love. You know, I tell you what, we get screwed. We get screwed.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm seeing it first, well, secondhand, I guess. I'm seeing it secondhand, you know, and I didn't realize it until I was in the band with Danny, and I'm like, man, wow. Redheaded people really do get treated pretty poorly on, you know, so people will leave some pretty hateful comments about him, and it's just geared towards the fact that he's got red hair. And it's incredible, man. Like, it's like, you realize, like, you probably wouldn't say that about other people that have different defining characteristics of themselves, right? Like,
right?
Just because he has red hair doesn't mean that he's less of a person than you are.
I'm telling you, we get a bad rap, but his vocals, like you said, you know, they're sick. They're awesome. And I loved Every Second. You know, getting back to, of course, the music From Ashes to New. Eva Under Fire, how did that, I mean, obviously they're on the same label as you, Better Noise Music, but how did that collaboration come about? Was it one of those things where it was just a band-to-band type relationship, or was this something pushed by the label?
Yeah, I mean, well, we found out who they were through the label, obviously, and they were working with them, and they came out and saw us at a show in Michigan. They're from Michigan, so they came out and saw us at a show, and you know, we chatted for a bit. Real awesome people, real nice people. So the label after that was like, hey, you know, what would you think about doing a song with Eva Under Fire? And we're like, okay, that'd be a cool idea. We'll do something. We thought maybe we would do something like original, but they were like, hey, you know, this song does so well on your social media platforms. What would you think about doing a respin on it? And we were like, didn't really think much of it for a little bit because we were really kind of tied into our record. And it was like kind of one of them things that like it got brought back up and like, hey, she sent her vocals for that song, and we're like, oh, okay, cool. Let's have a listen. So we listened through and we're like, okay, this is cool. So we had Danny do some takes and stuff, and we really kind of, it was like one of those things that was like bang, 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 and like put it out. And then, we didn't put it out. Well, we were in Los Angeles already working on the record, and like 2 days prior to the music video, like, hey, you want to shoot a music video for that song? And we're like,
oh, wow.
Yeah. We're like, yeah, sure, I guess. So, you know, I mean, it really was one of those things. It was like it happened really quick. Nice. I guess that's what I'm really trying to get at is it was like we met up with them. We hung with them. The idea was kind of tossed out. It kind of like went, you know, kind of, I don't want to say on the back burner, but it kind of disappeared, at least in our eyes, for a little bit. And then the next thing you know, it was kind of like bang, 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 here comes a song.
You know, the best things happen, you know, spontaneously. You know, that's what I find. You know, things they just click, they just happen, man. You know, like probably some of the best songs you've ever written, you probably, you know, wrote like, you know, in a night. Would I be right?
That's literally exactly what happens.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, our biggest song to date through it all, that one was written as a song that needed to happen because the studio was the next day.
Wow.
And then Crazy, that ended up being the same exact, well, we were chasing a single at that point. in the writing process, and it was like, oh well, why don't we just take these 2 songs that we didn't use and mash them together? So we did that, and that ended up being crazy. And then we've got actually 2 on this new record that are my 2 of my favorites that were literally just, wow, I can't believe we wrote that song. It just happened.
Awesome.
So in the studio type thing. So yeah, I think that you can't force greatness. I believe in that. So, just as same as, guys going out in the football field, if they think too hard about how they're going to play, they're probably going to play pretty poorly because they're thinking too hard about it. If they just go out there and play, that's how they win,
That's a great analogy, man. Everyone plays faster. Everything just happens faster. It's more natural. Yeah, like you said, you can't force it. Can't force it, I love it, man. I love it. So, I mean, talking about the music that you guys, have just created, and I know you guys are going to be going on tour with Skillet, for the Victorious tour. Very cool, man. And kudos to you guys. That's a great ticket, man. With you guys on there, my God, that's just awesome. Definitely got to catch you guys out on the road for sure. But so, I know the album's coming out in 2020. There's only so much you can divulge. I respect that. But so is it completely done then? Is there any work left to be done? Or at this point, you're just looking at a date to release this baby?
No, there's some stuff that needs to be done yet,
okay.
On the back end of things. For the most part, I think we're done tracking. There's some mixing and, the whole phases that has to go through art and, all that good stuff. So
okay.
There's definitely still some setup that needs to be done before it can actually be set up to be released. You're just a little ahead of the 8 ball in this interview, man. I can't give you anything.
Dude, we're going to have to catch up on the road. Maybe I'll come up and catch up with you guys out in Harrisburg. You guys are going to be playing out there in Harrisburg with Ava Under Fire, yeah?
Yeah, come on out. I still probably won't be able to give you too much more information. That's only like 2 weeks.
Well, I'll have to catch you on the road with Skillet, And I guess at that point...
You might be able to get some more info then. You might be able to get some more info
So when you're on the road with Skillet, I guess, are you still going to be supporting the future then?
Yeah, I think we're going to play some new stuff, though.
Oh, all right. So people will get a little taste of it on the tour trail before it actually comes out?
Yeah, we're just having a hard time figuring out what to play because there's, the criteria for a Skillet tour is a little bit different than, like, say, a Five Finger Death Punch tour.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, right.
We just have to, and I get it. It's cool. It's a different fan base that we're going to be in front of. So we got to make sure, as professionals, we have to make sure that we cater to the fan base that we're in front of. Like, we bring our own fan base, and we've noticed throughout the years, like, our fan base, they're like chameleons. They'll go anywhere. They don't care. Like, we did a co-headlining tour with Ice Nine Kills last year, and now Ice Nine Kills has got – I see it on all our fans' pages and stuff because, it's the world, of social media. You get to see everybody kind of intertwined, and I see, like, everyone's a huge Ice Nine Kills fan now.
Yeah,
and it's like,
right.
It's cool to see – it's cool to see that our fan base is so accepting of so many other genres of music. And I really think that that's a testament to the style of music that we do, is that we just kind of cater to every different style of music. So we can play in the metal world, the rock world, the rap world, the alt world. And as this record starts to come out, people will realize that, like, we can be anywhere. It doesn't really matter. You can put us on top 40 if that's where you want to put us. And I think it's time for top 40 to have a heavy band, if you ask me. Like, the world is pissed, look at social media. Everyone is triggered. Why not have a band that you can scream your head off to?
I agree, man. I agree. And everybody, again, we are here with Matt from Ashes to New. And it's funny that you brought up the term chameleon, to kind of describe things there. Because you know where I'm going with this, probably. You ever play the Chameleon in Lancaster, man?
That was where I cut my teeth, man.
Oh, baby. Yeah, I love that place.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool place, man. I know everybody there, go way back. I know everybody that used to be there, go way back. I've been playing the Chameleon since I was like 18.
Oh man, yeah. Well, that's a great spot. When you go to Lancaster, and they get awesome headliners, and it's wild because the unique layout of it and the capacity that they have, they get huge shows, and. Yeah, man, that's really, really cool.
Yeah, but we're in a position now where people are fighting over us, So it's cool to see, like, people want to book us, man, and it's cool because to anybody listening out there that feels like they're going through the ringer or whatever. I was local, I was selling tickets to my best friends and just convincing them to come out and drink booze. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man, I know you know our songs. They're not that great. But, we can all get drunk together. So like that was my local band, and I put the work in, and we put the work in, and now we've got these venues that are, everyone wants to book us. Everyone wants to have From Ashes to New as a part of their tour, or people want to be a part of From Ashes to New's tour. So, the Chameleon Club and this area I have to thank because they never gave up on me.
Yeah, right on.
And I never gave up on myself, and it was just like, I feel like it was just like a local team effort, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people really want to back something, they really want people to succeed, and I think that the Chameleon Club is one of those places, man. So it was cool to come full circle, and last time we played there, sell it out.
Very cool.
It was a lot of fun, man.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, some parting thoughts, because I know you got to go. But again, everybody, we're here with Matt Brandyberry from Ashes to New. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. Duncan. America lives on Duncan. I'm working on some voiceover work,
There's some new countertops going in upstairs right now, so like I can't do anything except for eat.
You'll work it all off on the tour trail, man. But official music videos. Since you just did Every Second, not too long ago, and you've got the new album coming out in 2020. Are there already thoughts, or have you already done any new music videos to market the new album that's going to be coming out this year?
So we've got this problem. And this problem is that the record is so good, we don't know what song to do a music video for.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, it's a truthful answer. So, like, when you do a record, normally you'll have, like, a song, 2, maybe 3, that you're like, okay, these are definitely songs that we're doing music videos for. Like, this is definitely a single. Literally, when you go through this record, at least for us, and I think it's going to be this way for the world, to be honest with you. I'm very confident that the world is going to view this the same way we do. It's very hard for us to go, well, that's a single. Oh, but I love that song. So we just got another batch of mixes back on some stuff that we hadn't even heard yet. And we're like, oh my God, like we've got another 2 songs here, and like that to throw in the mix. So it's like for us, like, yeah, the thought of the music videos is there, but I don't think that we're allowed to do a music video for 8 songs on a record. You know what I mean? So it's like
there are bands that do, man. It's like, come on, you guys actually do want to sell an album, right? But they put everything out on YouTube. In terms of a video,
do a music video, but I mean, that's a costly budget. Music videos aren't cheap, so just have to, just have to give a little nudge at a record label, like, hey, let's get a video for each one of these songs. No.
Right on.
I hear that they're doing lyric videos, so that'll be cool. So whatever we don't do a music video for, I think we'll get a lyric video for. And to be honest, the world lives on Spotify and Apple Music and Pandora or whatever now anyway. So I've noticed kind of a trend that if your music video isn't seriously badass, like it doesn't get viewed a lot on YouTube anymore. I mean, what is it, like Spotify killed the video star?
Dude, I don't even get that a little bit, because I don't listen to Spotify, really. I mean, I don't. I mean, I have my YouTube channel, and I mean, I listen to a lot of the songs on YouTube and, Pandora and, iHeart, stuff like that. So, all the places where Rock Titan Live can be heard,
I feel you. Yeah. I feel like YouTube's kind of like the spot for like stuff like this now, though. You know what I mean? YouTube's the spot for like, interviews and like, what is that morning show that Lance likes to watch, the Good Mythical Morning or whatever.
All right.
Like totally into that, and that one where those dudes eat all the hot wings and burn themselves and whatever. Like he's totally into that stuff. So like I feel like YouTube's becoming like the new TV. You know what I mean?
That's true. That's true. Very, very true. Well, all right. So, what's everybody got to be paying attention to in the world From Ashes to New right now? When are you guys hitting the tour trail?
So the 24th is Harrisburg, 25th is Syracuse, New York. Right. We'll take about a week and a half, 2 weeks off, and then we hit the road starting in Wichita with Skillet on February 6th.
Awesome.
And that one runs the whole way up to March, I believe, 14th up in, I want to say that, no, it ends in Norfolk, Virginia.
Ah, okay, cool. My sister's backyard. Right on, man. Right down there near Virginia Beach.
If you're listening and you want to be there, get your tickets. Our VIPs are almost sold out, and I know tickets are selling out for venues. So don't wait. We always hear people are like, "Oh, I didn't get my tickets in time." But like, well, get them. Get them. They're there.
And they can just get them off your website. Is that the best place to go?
Yeah. I mean, they can really find them anywhere. If they go to our social media, they go our website. There's a whole tour link on our website, and you can get tickets right through there.
Right. Sweet. Well, Matt, it's been awesome having you on the show. Thank you for joining Rock Titan Live. And, dude, a very prosperous 2020 for you. I cannot wait for your new album to come out. And I got to catch you on the tour trail, man. Got to catch you on the tour trail for sure.
Absolutely, man. I appreciate you. Thanks
All right,
for having me.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, man. Take care.
Later. All right, everybody. So that was Matt Brandybury from Ashes to New. And, D, you still there, my lady? Yes, I know you're there. I can hear you. I can hear you faintly in the background, like an echo over the mountain. But I want to play some new music here from Corey Marks. I got to call him up because I know he's going to be waiting. And time's a flying by here, people. It's already just after 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And I hope everyone's enjoying the show right now. I knew that if we had From Ashes to New on here, we'd be kicking off 2020 very strong. And of course, you got to have the, the cleanup hitter, and then you got to have the guy protecting the cleanup hitter, And most of the time, the number 4, number 5 hitter in baseball, they can be interchangeable, And Corey Marks is definitely that guy. And I want to bring him up here soon. But first, before I call him and get him on the line, I want to play a killer music video that he just put out not too long ago with Mick Mars from Motley Crue, Ivan Moody, Five Finger Death Punch, love that guy, and the legendary countryman Travis Tritt. That song is Outlaws and Outsiders. So, D, you there? D, talk to me, D. Talk to me, lady. I know you're muted. I can tell. I can see.
Good catch.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the beauty of video. That's the beauty of everyone seeing this. So we're not just a radio show, people. One of the best music radio shows on the planet Earth, But we've got that video element, which I just absolutely love. But so I want to play Outlaws and Outsiders right now. And we're going to call Corey on the phone, and we are going to find out what he's got going on, man, because he's got some exciting stuff happening. Sound like a plan?
Yes.
All right. So I'm going to say enjoy. Enjoy is our cue, okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right, everybody. This is Outlaws and Outsiders by Corey Marks. Enjoy.
Got a gypsy soul, I'm a rebel and rogue, and I'm always on the run. With a fire inside, I ain't ever gonna die, I'm a locked and loaded gun. When the match is striking the gasoline lights, it's only just begun. One thing I learned is you could watch it all burn, but the flame ain't ever done. Raise 'em up a little higher, your lighters, outlaws and outsiders. Some call me a renegade, the enemy. Throw your hands up if you feel the same. Oh, living life at the edge. Just say what you wanna say, or walk away. I'll stand tall when there's hell to pay. Ain't no power higher, we're the outlaws and outsiders. I was born in the dark with a fearless heart and a taste for the other side. I was a crazy ass kid, all the shit I did, I'm amazed that I'm still alive. They thought I'd change with a little bit of age, but you know I never will. Takes too much time to walk a straight line, I don't have time to kill. Raise your fist up higher, you fighters, outlaws and outsiders. Some call me a renegade, the enemy. Throw your hands up if you feel the same. Oh, living life at the
everybody, I am back. I'm Scotty J. You're watching Rock Titan Live, and we have got an amazing guest with us right now that you can see on the screen, Corey Marks. How are you, sir?
I'm doing really well, man. How are you, Scotty? Thanks
Good,
for having
man.
me.
Yes, thank you for joining us on Rock Titan Live, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So for everybody that, obviously we were chatting a little bit off the air, but, everyone was just checking out Outlaws and Outsiders. Man, that was killer. How much fun was that to do?
Thanks, man. Oh, it was a lot of fun, even just from the writing process with my co-writers. Kevin Churko was my producer as well, and his son, Kane Churko. It was a lot of fun writing it, and I was really excited when we cut the original Outlaws and Outsiders, and then once we found out these featured, very thankful and excited to have them part of this new project.
Right on, right on. So, one of the other things we were just talking about, everybody, we got Corey Marks on here who broke my cherry. Because one of the things that, we want to make a conscious decision of in 2020 on Rock Titan Live, we are going to be branching out a little bit, in the genres of music and the kind of musicians that we talk to. Because, of course, Corey, you are a little more on the countryside, although, listening to that song, everyone's like, dude, we need a lot more of that, man, like that country rock country, whatever the heck you even want to call it. It's so hard to put labels on, music anymore. And it's like, and everyone wants to label everything these days.
Yeah. Good music is good music. So as long as everyone thinks it's good, then that's what we're going to keep doing. And we got a lot more songs like that on the record. So it's really excited. We got another track coming out very soon, in the next month or so. That's very similar, if not heavier than that. So looking forward to it.
Right on, right on. Now, what's on your hat there? I need you to point your camera up a little bit more. What's on your hat? What you got? What you representing there?
These are my boys from East Coast Canada. It's a company called Country Liberty.
Okay, all right.
So they've been sending me some hats and shirts, and they've been a great endorser for me, and I love their merch. So you guys can check them out, Country Liberty. They make a great product, and it's a cool hat. I like it.
Yeah, right on, man. Right on. See, when you got a beautiful head of hair like you do, man, you shouldn't be wearing that hat, It's going to make your hairline recede. Believe me, I played baseball. I know, man.
Yeah, I didn't have time to do my hair this morning for you, so I had to put my...
Oh, you're going to give me the bad hair day crap.
Yeah.
Oh, man, see, I haven't had a bad hair day in years. It's a beautiful thing. We've got different product for what we need to use above the neckline, but I want to backtrack a little bit and
Sure.
go a little bit over your history if you don't mind, Corey, because I think it's so interesting. Music it's always been a passion of yours, obviously, and you've got the talent in abundance. And I don't know if it was your first love or not, but before the world knew Corey Marks as a musician, you were heavily involved in ice hockey. Being from Canada, big shocker there. I know all you guys are born with ice skates on, and a hockey puck in your mouth. You know?
Pretty much. That's our soothers up here.
Oh man! But then also you've had a passion for aviation. You actually wanted to be a fighter pilot, yeah?
That was the dream, man. Yeah. I actually grew up in a very musical family, but also, again, as you mentioned, in a hockey family. So my brother was actually a draft pick to the Columbus Blue Jackets in 2006, 2007. Wow. He's still currently playing professional hockey. He's on his 12th or 13th season now out in Dundee, Scotland. But he played about 4 or 5 years in the AHL. He was in East Coast in Florida as well for a couple of years. And I obviously took a different route after my time at the Royal Military College of Canada, where the plan was to be a fighter pilot. That was the dream. And I ended up picking up a guitar, and I think it's worked out for me so far. So I'm going to continue down that path. But I'm just a few hours short of my private pilot license, and I still play hockey every now and then in the beer league tournaments, and just some pickup and have some fun and get a skate in.
Corey, I'm not going to try to insinuate anything here, man, but rock star, pilot, hockey player. You know, you just wanted the babes. I mean, come on, man. You know,
I still got on my teeth too, so I did all right.
That is. I was just going to ask you that, man. You got a bridge in there, or those dentures, or what? You know, because I know
those are all real. My brother can't say the same. He's missing one, but he put more. Surprisingly, he put more pucks in the net, and I played a lot more with my gloves off.
I was good. Well, you're a guy with size too. I mean, you're like over 6 foot tall. You know, a couple 100 pounds. You're like, you know, built like a Marvel comic superhero. You know,
yeah, Thor, right?
Right? Yeah, Thor. Exactly.
Not as
man.
lean as him though.
We got Thor with us. Everybody. Yeah. I mean, I thought we had Corey Marks joining us on the show, but turns out we actually had Thor. And yeah, and he can play ice hockey, and he can fly planes, and he is a wicked musician to boot. I swear to God, man. Holy, that's like the trifecta. That's got to be like the trifecta of getting babes, you know?
Well, I have a very special babe, so I'm fortunate enough that she puts up with my shit. So it's I'm lucky for that.
Man alive, man alive. Now, do we have any Bruce Dickinson aspirations here? Are you going to be flying your own 747, jet, on the tour trail?
A little bit different. I don't think I'll be flying 747s, but I'm already looking into, you got a dream, right? So you think you'd be optimistic, and if all goes well with this music thing, or I should say when it all goes well, the plan is to buy an older fighter jet or fighter aircraft and fly myself around, and a little more, I don't want to say style, but I think in a cooler manner. A 747 can't go upside down or pull 7 Gs, but a jet can. So
wow. Right on, man. Right on. So have you seen any of these new trailers for Top Gun Maverick?
I'm all over. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Oh,
actually, I was downstairs. We were watching a hockey game, shocker, with my dad, and then we were flicking through the channels, and Top Gun had just started. This was over the Christmas break, so we start watching it, and of course, we're about 4 or 5 minutes in. And both of them, I just from my peripheral vision, I could see both of them kind of looking at me like, "What the hell, man?" Because I didn't even really realize I was doing it, but I was saying every line before the lines were said, and so my girlfriend laughed. She hasn't seen Top Gun yet, so yeah. And then my dad went back to the hockey game because he's like, "I can't watch this with you. You're saying all the lines before they're said," kind of thing. And I didn't even realize I was doing it. So the plan is actually to have my girlfriend watch Top Gun, the original Top Gun. And then go see it in theaters, the second one. So that's the plan. Me and a whole bunch of buddies are definitely going to watch the Top Gun 2.
That's cool. That's cool. Now, with other, fighter pilot movies and, aviation related movies and stuff like that, I got to ask you this, because being a musician and, with the kind of music that inspired you to become a musician, as well as all the time. I know that you've logged hundreds of hours flying, and you have to. I know you got to log like a certain number of hours to be a pilot. But where I'm kind of going with this is Iron Eagle. Did you ever see any of the Iron Eagle movies?
That's the one with you remember like Blockbuster, and you used to be able to.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You're younger. You're younger than I am. I'm like.
So there's like the 3 guys. I think there's like an explosion going off, and there's like a stealth fighter behind them, or an F-16 flying over top. I remember that, but I don't know if I watched the whole thing.
Well, the whole thing was the whole gist of it was this kid, who wanted to be a fighter pilot. He would, fly in, his planes, and whenever he got into the plane, he would strap up his, his tape deck recorder, like his Walkman, his Sony Walkman. He'd like strap it to his thigh, and he would blaze heavy metal, rock and roll music, into his headset as he was flying. So like he wouldn't listen to anything else that was going on around him. He would just be like flying, jamming to tunes, and I know that. Deep Purple, Ozzy Osbourne, and stuff like that. But so did you ever do anything like that? Like when you were flying, just fly and you're like jamming to tunes, like you're in a simulator or something.
In my head, yeah. Especially when we get the aerobatics and stuff. But you could tune in to find certain frequencies, and you can catch some radio stations, but you definitely want to be aware of the traffic around you and any control towers or control zones you're in. Yeah, you want to pay attention to those radios.
See, that's where Hollywood comes into play, man. It's like totally bogus. No one could ever do that, because then you'd be dead. But I can't believe how fast time's getting away from us here, Corey. And I knew I needed like at least half a day with you. You know,
Hey,
I
that
knew I
sounds
need.
good, man.
You know what I mean? You know, we're definitely going to have you back on the show. You know, we got
I'd
a
love
few
to
more
be.
minutes here, but I want to talk about again the Outlaws and Outsiders.
Mm-hmm.
Having a legend like Travis Tritt, you know, and then you got Mick Mars, you know, Motley
Yeah.
Crue and Ivan Moody. What was it like working with those guys? How did that even come together?
Well, see, the cool thing is I'm the first and only country artist on the record label Better Noise, and so my label mates are actually Papa Roach, Motley Crue, Five Finger Death Punch, Bad Wolves, all these guys, and you know, Hell Yeah, which, you know, at one point was half a Pantera, which is super cool. Grew up on those guys, and you know, Travis Tritt. I mean, come on. I think, like I've been saying this lately, that I think he's one of the only real country outlaws remaining from that era of outlaws.
Right.
You know, hung around with Waylon and Marty and Merle and all those great guys. And then of course Ivan Moody, you know, is kind of that new age rock metal, you know, and he's just, you know, we have the same producer as well, so it was very surreal. But now, you know, ever since then, we've all been keeping in touch, and it's incredible to have this talent in my circle, and these legends that got my back. So that's it was really a fun process. And what I want to throw in there too, I'm not sure if you read this as well. So before all this, the country music was always in my family and in my blood. So
right.
I'll make the long story short. So growing up, we'd all go down to me and my grandfather. We share the same birthday, 65 years apart. Unfortunately,
that's wild.
Yeah, he's passed on now. So I live it up for him on my birthdays. I'm always double fisting, right? So so that's on the Canadian Thanksgiving. So we would go up north. It's my mom's dad, and all our aunts and uncles, right, would have guitars. Before, I didn't pick up a guitar till I was about 19 or so. So I would just watch and listen. You're hearing George Jones, Buck Owens, Ernest Tubb, Merle Haggard, all these legends, right? But then once I got my teens, you know, I was into Pantera, Arch Enemy, Lamb of God, Ozzy Osbourne. So I was a metal drummer before anything. Drums were my first instrument. So I was drumming Rush and Dream Theater when I was 14, and that progressed into heavy metal, and then I picked up a guitar. So that's basically how this whole album came together. I like to think of it as a mix of Merle Haggard, Ozzy Osbourne, and Eric Church all into one, and that's how you get Corey Marks.
So is that what we are going to expect from Corey Marks as we move into 2020? All the new music that you put out, we're going to see that fusion of all those influences?
You know what? I'm just thinking of a part in this song coming out very soon. It's called Blame It on the Double, and you know what? The more I think of it, there's definitely some Pantera, you know, 5 Minutes Alone kind of breakdowns, you know, cymbal smash and heavy guitar breakdowns. So it's very, you know, with the country twist to it. So it's very cool, and I'm excited for people to hear it and see how they all react to it.
Blame It on the Devil. So when's that coming out? Blame It on the Devil by Corey Marks. When's that coming out?
Blame It on the Double is scheduled for the end of this month.
All right. Awesome. So
it's a cool track, man.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, man, we got to get you back on, man. We did not have enough time. I need a longer show. I need a longer show. Dean, if you're somewhere in the background, I think I need to do a double feature, like what Jimmy and Ron do. You know, 50 minutes is not enough, you know, especially when we've got, you know, this guy, Corey, man. Oh, my God. Are you going to be going out on the tour trail anytime soon? Are you hitting the tour trail?
Yeah, well, actually, I'll be in Reno, Nevada, February 27th, and Las Vegas, Nevada on the 28th. And then I cross Canada with Canadian country superstar Gord Bamford from Winnipeg all the way to BC.
All right.
So looking forward to it.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to catch up with you. Maybe I'm going to have to take a road trip, or we got to get you back on the show. Because there's so many different things that I wanted to touch on. But everybody, I am telling you right now, 2020 is going to be the year of Corey Marks. Everyone go check him out online. Just Google Corey Marks. And that's Corey, C-O-R-Y. There is no E, you know? So C-O-R-Y-M-A-R-K-S. Corey, thank you so much for joining us on Rock Titan Live. And I can't wait to have you back on, man. We got to pick up where we left off.
You got it, brother. Thank you so much, Scotty. I really appreciate it. Can't wait to chat with you soon.
All right, man. Take care. All right, everybody. So that's it, man. That is it for the show. And what a great one. What a great way to open up 2020 on Rock Titan Live. D, As always, thank you so much for all the hard work that you do for us. And everybody, we're going to be catching up with Corey Marks again. And I think we might have to go see From Ashes to New out on the tour trail as well. But everybody, have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm Scotty J. We're out.
See you, Scotty. Thanks, man.
You got it.